During the Second World War, transport aircraft were arguably just as important as bombers or fighters. These planes would carry anything from men and machines to medical equipment, food, and other supplies into battlefields across the world. For the Americans, the Douglas C-47 Skytrain would fulfill this role. This aircraft was extremely versatile and helped the Allies gain a foothold, particularly in the European theatre. For Germany, the Junkers Ju-52 took the vast majority of the workload in this role, but there was always room for improvement. Meet the Junkers Ju-252. This strange-looking plane was supposed to be the successor to the Ju-52. But why didn't this happen, and why isn't it more well known? Well, in today's video, we look at the Ju-252, the forgotten German transport aircraft of World War II. If you enjoy this video and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It's free and really helps the channel reach more history lovers like you. The Junkers Ju-52 saw its first flight in 1930, and with this success, saw mass production and continued use right the way through the war. This would be the aircraft of choice when it came to transport for the German High Command. Additionally, it satisfied the role as the troop transport for the German Fallschirmjäger airborne troops. The plane would drop the Green Devils into the Low Countries during 1940, as well as numerous drops across the Mediterranean. This robust aircraft was very reliable, but the need for something of greater size was put forward to Junkers as early as 1938. As a result of this push, they would create the Ju-252. The main functional design of the 252 would be the same as the 52. It would rely on a tri-engine configuration, with two V12 engines on the wings and a third on the nose. But as you can see here, the nose engine is somewhat unique to the 252. As with the previous design, the Ju-52's nose engine was much closer to the cockpit, but the 252 had an almost enormous nose sticking right out. The rest of the design was much different, with a long and slender fuselage featuring rectangular windows. This had a much rounder fuselage than the Ju-52, which was much boxier. The 252, on the other hand, was not too dissimilar from an American C-47. The main drawcard for it was the hydraulically driven ramp at its rear. This allowed access to the huge cargo area within the aircraft, which could now easily hold vehicles or anywhere up to 35 troops, or just shy of 10,000 kilograms of weight. The 252 was at least double the weight as the 52, but could fly 100 km an hour faster and cover a far greater distance at nearly 4,000 km compared to the 52 at a mere 1,300. The standard crew consisted of 3 to 4 men, usually a pilot, co-pilot, navigator, and radio operator where necessary. Additional crew could be utilised for its limited armament. This consisted of one MG-131 in a dorsal turret, and 2 MG-15s within the side beam positions. Due to the ever-present need to prioritise military aircraft, vehicles and equipment, with this aircraft designated as used for transport, it fell by the wayside. Its reliance on precious war materials meant that only around 15 would be built during the war. These would be sent out to the front and see active service, but the German Air Ministry could at least see its usefulness. So much so, they came back to Junkers and requested they create a similar aircraft with much fewer war materials. This would see the creation of the Ju-352. This was virtually the same as the original aircraft, however, used much more wood than steel. As a result, it was much lighter and saw greater range, but a reduction in cargo capacity. The 352, although an improvement, still only saw 50 or so produced. These again were used across Germany's fronts, but for the most part on the Eastern Front, where distance was Germany's greatest weakness. Although extremely small in number, the Ju-252 and its sister the 352 were extremely strange looking. With their long engine noses, they would outperform their transport predecessor, the Ju-52. But with such a drive for important raw materials, this aircraft stood no chance at having mass production. With more planes in the sky, its range could certainly have helped the German war effort, but like so many other lesser-known weapons of World War II, it was simply too little, too late. Had you ever heard of the German Ju-252 of World War II? What did you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to expand your knowledge and join the growing Premier History community.